you think it's going, guys, for you? Nothing? Not optimistic, maybe?
The truth will prevail.
The truth will prevail. I mean, that could go either way, right? Depends upon what you believe the truth is. And those were the attorneys for R&B superstar R. Kelly, who's on trial in Brooklyn, New York. He was back in court today. We've got some pictures, not video, literally pictures. Why? Because of the Chief Justice, Justice Roberts, doesn't like cameras in federal court. We'll take up that issue on another episode of the program. But for tonight, there's R. Kelly in court listening to some more testimony against him. Let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Julia Janae, who's joining us live from Brooklyn tonight. Julia, there's a big issue brewing in this case involving a recording of R. Kelly. Explain to us what this recording contains and what exactly was argued in court today.
Vinny, it's been weeks since the prosecution first let this court know that they wanted to show this video or multiple video recordings to the jury. They filed that motion in limine before opening statements. But today we heard Judge Ann Donnelly on the stand granting their request to allow in video recordings that the prosecution says is showing the defendant physically and verbally assaulting multiple women. We have not seen these videos in court filings or anything like that, but we have read what is on those videos as far as a transcription. And they're so profanity-laced and disturbing, it's hard to even pick out a portion to show on TV. But to set the scene for one of those video recordings that we know of, it shows the defendant talking to a woman that he discovers has been hiding her face in videos when he records her in their sexual acts or sexual activity. And here's a portion of what is going to be shown in that video. He's telling her, if I even detect you trying to hide on that blank, I'm going to blow this blank, the blank up. Do you hear this blank? I'm telling you, I blank raised you. I raised you. That's just a portion of it, Vinny. It's pages and pages of this verbal tirade, and the prosecution says it also shows some physical assault on the woman that is being talked to there. If it is shown to this jury, I think that will be markedly different than any evidence they have seen up until this point, because it is going to show not only the images of this defendant when he's interacting with women that they've heard so much about, but also they will hear his voice, which up until this point, we haven't seen anything like it.
This could be a game changer. All right, Julie J., stay right where you are. I got to get some reaction from the think tank tonight. Still with us, we've got Gerald Griggs and Bremner, and look who's with us. Michael Sterling, criminal defense attorney, former federal prosecutor, and law professor at Texas Southern University, joining us tonight. All right, Gerald Griggs, you represent several of R. Kelly's accusers, families, et cetera. Have you seen these videos? Your thoughts about the videos? And here's my concern. Last time he was in court, R. Kelly, there was a video of the crime, and the jury sent him home.
Yes, and there are numerous videos that I've seen. I'm assuming that these are part of those videos, but they're very disturbing. They detail what many of the accusers have said for years and years and years. And I think separate and apart and different from the other video from the previous case, you will definitely be able to tell that this is Robert Sylvester Kelly allegedly in these videos. So I think that this is a game changer. Many of the people who have been watching this trial have always said, well, they haven't shown any evidence. They haven't shown any evidence. I would argue that they have through testimonial evidence, but now you're going to see video evidence of what has been alleged for all these years.
Michael Sterling, I think this is huge because you're going to watch this video, and if it's anything like the way it's being described, no one in that jury box is going to like this guy anymore.
Yeah, I agree, Vinny. And candidly, it's very different having a jury in Cook County, Illinois, than it is having a federal jury in Eastern District of New York. And that's just the bottom line, right? It's very different. Those two things are extremely different. And so what we can anticipate is that they're going to very clearly draw out the specifics of what Mr. Kelly did, show it on video, and explain to the jurors why it was against the manifest weight of the law. And it's you've got a completely different jury pool than he had, 10 or 12 years ago in Cook County, Illinois.
Are you bad-mouthing the people of Cook County, Illinois? Michael Sterling, is that what's going on here? Oh, he lost his earpiece. Michael, were you bad-mouthing the folks of Cook County there at all, or just?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Vinny, I was a federal prosecutor.
I know.
In
That's where you
Chicago.
were a prosecutor.
I worked very closely with prosecutors in Cook County. I'm not bad-mouthing anybody. I'm just, differentiating state jury pools versus federal jury pools.
Gotcha. All right. Ann Bremner, what does this video do?
It changes the whole case. I mean, we talked about, I agree, we have to have this whole issue of Justice Roberts, no cameras in the courtroom. I don't get that in federal court. What's the difference? Why do we have to watch these drawings? You can't have the eyes and ears of the public scrutinizing a courtroom for the benefit of the accused. I mean, that's part of why we have public access in the Constitution. But that aside, now we have the video. And this jury, that's all that really matters, is this jury is going to see and hear. See with their own eyes, hear with their own ears, and see exactly what's being alleged against R. Kelly. And I think it's going to be over. I mean, that's why there's been such a fight against this video. Just looking at that language alone is very jarring, and it's going to corroborate everything that's said so far, period, at the end of the sentence, with the guilty, I think.
Let's bring back in Julie Janae, Court TV legal correspondent. An intern testified today. What can you tell us about that?
Another employee, Vinny, that's something that we have seen repeatedly in this case. It seems to be an uptick here towards the end of the prosecution's case in chief. Today, Nicholas Williams took the stand. He worked for Robert Kelly for about a year, and what he was able to speak to were those rules, the rules we keep hearing about from many of the former employees. And he talked about a direct rule that had to do with the live-in girlfriends of the defendant, that he was not allowed as a male to have any interaction with the female guests. He even had to drop off food but not look at them in the eye. They had to look down when he came in. He also talked about a blackout order from Kelly that meant that none of the employees could go upstairs where those female guests were, and the rooms where they were off limits to everyone. He also talked about the concern that there was between the live-in girlfriends and Kelly's wife at the time, saying that she was usually escorted by a personal assistant and that there was a code word among the employees for Kelly's wife. It was the word important. And if she was visiting or she was getting close to the live-in girlfriends, they were required to write on a piece of paper, important, and get it to Kelly as quickly as possible so that they could make sure the female guests did not interact with his wife. So just another closer look into that life of this singer who had so many people around him in his sphere, including those female guests who are the subject of some of the charges in this indictment.
Right, so you take that testimony of him with these rules and everything else, this control, controlling a criminal enterprise. You add to it the video of him being the way he's described as being. I think that it will go a long way for these prosecutors, but we shall see. Julie Janae, live in Brooklyn, New York tonight. Thank you so much, Julia.